and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, I would like to talk about Twice's Perfect World, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of the concept, the lyrics, and the music video. Perfect World is a song that describes the ending of a relationship that destroys the illusion of a perfect world that was once created by this painful love. Now, in comparison to Alcohol Free and Cura Cura, which were songs that focused on the exciting and inebriating feelings associated to falling in love, Perfect World is a song that in many respects continues the narrative that first began back in Cry For Me. If back in that song Twice talked about a toxic love that made them become vengeful and resentful towards their lover, Perfect World explores the next step of the healing process that follows a breakup. As we see from the lyrics, this time around the song focuses on Twice rising above this relationship as well as on their desire to leave it behind and move on with their lives. Even if in the past it was unimaginable to think that it would end this way, now that this perfect world has collapsed like a sand castle, the girls want their lover to get lost and start again in this new stage of their life. As the lyrics tell us, the song takes place after the ending of a metaphorical storm. The sky is different from the one they saw yesterday, and now they're ready for this new beginning away from the illusion of perfection that attracted them in the past. After overcoming this difficult relationship, Twice now want to create their own perfect world away from the person that hurt them, and this process actually begins from none other than themselves. As we see in the video, for instance, Perfect World follows a theatrical concept that portrays a world that is far from being perfect. According to the press release, this was an intentional choice with the goal of showing that in this so-called perfect world, the only thing that is actually perfect is Twice themselves, and this is important because if in the lyrics the girls were attracted by the illusion of perfection that this love gave them, the video tells us that what made it perfect to begin with was the presence of the girls themselves. You see, by comparing this love story to a theater that slowly goes up in flames, the song essentially compares this relationship to a farce. When we go to the theater, the performance that we see on stage gives us access to a fantasy that disappears as soon as the performance ends. It's an illusion that we choose to believe because we suspend our disbelief and accept what we see in the moment as something real, and the very same concept can be applied to the love story that Twice are singing about. Much like a performance, this love was something that they wanted to be real but wasn't, and even if the girls perform perfectly in this fantasy, by the end this perfect world ends up being destroyed anyway, not because of them, but because of the men that this fantasy was created for. These are all men that look the same, act the same, and help them creating this illusion only to destroy it right after, but most importantly, these are all men that are wearing a mask, which in the context of the theater is a symbol of deceit. Now in the video, the theme of deception is actually portrayed with an unexpected twist, because even if in the story the girls are the one performing on stage, they are also the only ones who are not wearing any mask. Twice here are the same on stage and off stage, they are perfect both inside and outside the illusion of this perfect world, and this means that in the context of the story, the girls were always honest in their love. This, however, cannot be said for the men, because even if they don't have a stage to perform on, these people are deceitful all day long. Whatever they do and wherever they go, these men are putting on a mask, and even if both the lyrics and the video tell us that Twice are partially to blame for believing in this dream, by the end we see that those that destroyed this perfect world were the men that lured them in with a lie. As I mentioned earlier, however, this is a song that heavily focuses on the importance of understanding that the girls can create this perfect world by themselves, and as it turns out, this is exactly what we see in the video. If in Mina's scene we see that they are the ones in control of the narrative, when Twice perform on stage, the video cuts from a performance created for the male audience to a performance that actually faces the opposite side of the theater. This is a performance that Twice made for themselves. It's a spectacle where they are the artist, the creator, and the only people who are there to enjoy it, so we can say that this is the real perfect world, because in that stage nobody's there to destroy it and they can fully embrace who they really are. Even if the illusion that they created for love was destroyed by deceit, the girls stay perfect, successful, and fully able to move on with their life. So in the song, the lyrics leave us with the hope of finding a new world that is far away from the one that they just left. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!